Hey everyone, I'm Melanie from Streamlined Legal, where we help law firms get the most out of their practice management software. So if you've ever watched any of my videos, you probably know that tasks are some of my favorite features in Clio. And today we've got an upgrade. And you have to watch Clio because they don't always announce all the changes that they're making, or sometimes they'll announce them after they've made them. So I want to bring it to your attention because I do think it's super helpful. If we hop on over to our Clio screen, we can see my list of tasks here, right? And I've got my upcoming tasks. And we've talked on other videos about how I can sort these and see just my tasks for today. Thankfully, I'm done for today. Or I can see my tasks just for tomorrow. But right here, I'm looking at a list of all my upcoming tasks. And so in this case, I want to make sure, let's maybe not look at the past due ones. But in this case, I want to make sure that I'm planning ahead. And so what can happen sometimes is I'll want to move a whole group of tasks, right? And by the way, this can be done in the task tab, like I've got over here selected, or if I go within my matter and I have a bunch of tasks in here, I can do the same thing in either place. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look ahead at all my tasks and I'm going to say, you know what, I've got a lot of annual reports coming up. I would really just if I could just sit down for like an hour and knock them all out, that would be awesome. But of course, I've got one that is set to be prepared on the 14th. I've got one on the 16th. I've got one on the 18th, so on and so forth. So, and what I'd really like to do is come on over to my calendar and look at my calendar and see that, let's see, Friday morning at 10 o'clock, I'm going to go ahead and prepare all my annual reports because in the state of Illinois, as you may know, they are due at the end of the month. So whatever date you prepare them on doesn't make much of a difference as long as you get them done before the end of the month. And so I'm going to go ahead here and block off on my calendar time to prepare all of these annual reports, right? And so I'm going to go ahead and save that. And that's when I'm going to do them all. Now, in the meantime, though, these tasks are really going to drive me crazy because I'm not going to do them till Friday. And here they are clogging up the rest of my list, right? And so what I love about this is that I can go ahead now and bulk edit the due date of these tasks. And which is super, super helpful. So for example, in this example, if I want to come over here and I want to search for just all of my annual report tasks, then I can find them all. Here we go right here with this search box. And I can go ahead and select them all by using this check at the top. And now this is the new feature. This is the new button that didn't used to be here, which says edit date. And so I can go ahead and come in here and mark Friday because that's when I blocked time on my calendar. And I can save that. And now it's going to update the date on all of these tasks to be Friday. So now when I come back and I clear out my search there, when I come back and start looking at all of my tasks, you'll see that now the annual reports all fall on the 8th, right? And this is super, super helpful. So there may be other times, by the way, another use scenario for this bulk edit of due dates is, let's say I'm in a particular matter and I've got a bunch of tasks in here. Of course, I'm going to pick one where I don't have any tasks. Let's go find a matter that has some tasks. So if I come over here and let's go over to this matter, and I find that I've got a bunch of tasks. Now, these are to prepare a complaint, right? Well, let's say my client reaches out to us and says, you know what? I want to put this whole thing on hold. I'm not quite ready yet. Can you check in with me in another 2 weeks? I want to make some, get some other stuff in order before we file this complaint. Okay, client, no problem. I can just move this one task out. And if I've created my task list properly, it will push all of my tasks out accordingly. Or if I really just don't want to think about it right now and just push it off until the client gets back to me because I'm not real confident and I think they're going to blow us off in 2 weeks, then I could just select all my tasks. And again, we have this bulk edit date button where I can select that. I can say, okay, let's wait 2 weeks out as the 20th. I'm going to select the 20th. And now it's going to move all of my tasks to the 20th. Now, keep in mind, again, if I'm using a task list that's built with dependencies, I may not want to do that, right? I might just want to move out the first task and it will cascade all the rest of them out. But there may be some scenarios like this where I'm not real confident on this client anyway, so I'm just going to push everything out and deal with it in 2 weeks. And then that's the situation where this bulk edit date comes in handy. So definitely check that out. Definitely take advantage of those search bars that you have in your tasks so that you can go ahead and find the tasks that you're looking for. Use those keywords, bulk them together when you can, and accomplish them all in one sitting. Hopefully, one sitting that's been placed onto your calendar so that you can focus and save that time for those tasks. So I hope you find that helpful. Let me know if you've had an opportunity to try that out. I'd love to hear about how it worked out for you. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. Have a great evening.